Our favorite official with the most famous tea organization just finished his Piers Morgan interview. This man is a unhinged sociopath. You can really tell what amazing people these are by the person they choose to represent them.
After October the 7th, one of the worst terrorist attacks of modern times, you went on camera publicly and said, we will do this again and again and again.
ومش هذا حتكون طوفان الأقصى أول مرة، لا حتكون ثاني وثالث ورابعة، لذلك ما حدا يلومنا إحنا شو اللي بنعمله. في 7 أكتوبر، في 10 أكتوبر، في مليون أكتوبر، إحنا اللي بنعمله مبرر. It is just.
And said you were wedded to annihilating Israel. Why should the Israelis trust somebody who said that?
You are a professional journalist. What do you expect from Palestinian people under occupation for 80 years? You know, Hamas as liberation organization, we never commit crimes. We never kill civilians. We try all the time to liberate our home from the occupation.
Well, that's complete nonsense, Mr. Hamad. Sorry, I have to interrupt there. When you say you don't commit crimes and you don't kill innocent civilians, we all saw what happened on October the 7th in 2023. You had 3,000 members of your organization, Hamas, pour over the Israeli border and commit a series of despicable crimes in which you massacred innocent civilians all over Israel. You then captured over 250 of them, including Holocaust survivors and a baby. So the idea you've not committed crimes is ridiculous.
No. I say 100%. I'm confident that 100%. We never commit crimes against civilians. Maybe some mistake happened, but it is not the policy of Hamas. It is not the
well, there weren't mistakes. You've gunned down innocent people. Sorry, again, Mr. Hamad, I'm sorry. I can't let you get away with saying that. Hamas deliberately massacred people at a music festival. Hundreds of young people enjoying a music festival. That is a war crime.
Very well. There was no commands to kill civilians or to kill women or to kill children. I think maybe some mistakes happened, but I think that Hamas has no any
there weren't
kind
mistakes.
Of
you burned people alive in their homes.
Instruction to kill civilians. In spite, you know that how many people, how many civilians, how hundreds, thousands of Palestinians since 1948, civilians, women and children were killed by the Israel forces.
And was it for no reason? No, there was a reason. It's because the day after Israel was formed, some of its neighbors were very unhappy with that, and they asked 5 countries nearby to come and attack it on behalf of these wonderful people.
Piers, I'm leaders of Hamas, I understand. We believe in humanity, we believe in law, we believe in ethics and morality. We understand this is very well. We never use violence again. Maybe there's some mistake by individuals, but it is not the policy of Hamas.
Here is the humanity of his wonderful organization. The last hour would not come unless the Muslims will fight against the Jews, and the Muslims would kill them until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or tree, and a stone or a tree would say, "O Muslim, O the servant of Allah, there is a Jew behind me. Come and kill him." But the Gargut would not say, for it is the tree of the Jews.
If you're going to come on here and you're going to accuse Israel of committing crimes, but in the same breath try and tell me that no Hamas terrorists on October the 7th committed crimes, everybody watching this interview will think you're a liar. Why would you want them to think you're a liar?
It's not a terrorist organized action. I think we are acting against occupation. We never, as Hamas, we never use our power and our capability against Europeans, against Christians, against Jews, against Western people. We are fighting against the occupation, and it is our legitimate right, according to United Nations resolution, according to the international community, according to all kinds of regulations and laws. It is our fight against to end this monster, this occupation. We want to end it. No one help us to do that. So I think we have to use everything, but we never cross the lines of morality and humanity and laws in our conflict against occupation. But if you look to the other side,
I'm sorry,
Israel,
but again, Mr. Hamad, I'm sorry, listen, I'm sorry, but you crossed every line.
Take note of him saying Christian because you won't hear that in any of his other interviews. Why is he talking about something that is occupying so much of the internet space right now? Ask yourself that.
Of humanity
no,
and
this is not
morality.
true.
Every line.
there is
On
no-
October the
no-
7th,
no-
the actions,
no evidence
the
to do
actions
that.
of
No
Hamas
evidence.
on October
No.
the 7th crossed every single moral, ethical, and humanity
No,
line.
this is not
Your
true.
people
This is
committed
not
acts
true.
of utter barbarism against innocent Israelis. You did.
No, this is.
We saw
this
it
is
with
not
our
the
own
truth.
eyes. Your people,
know that-
your
you know-
Hamas
you-
terrorists, glee for, well, just to be clear, your Hamas terrorists, your people, they deliberately posted videos of themselves committing their atrocities in real time.
Yeah, but Piers, why you describe Hamas as terrorist organization? Why? Please answer me this question.
Because I think
Why you
what happened,
describe Hamas
I
when
think what
Hamas
happened,
fighting-
I'm going
when
to tell you.
Hamas-
If you let me
Hamas is
answer, I'll tell
fighting-
you.
But just answer me.
On October
When
the
Hamas
7th,
is
I'll tell you
fighting
why.
against-
I'll
Look,
tell you why.
Hamas is
I will tell
fighting
you, I
against
understand your
occupation.
position.
Yes.
I understand your position, and I understand that you believe you're fighting an occupation. You believe you're therefore freedom fighters. I understand
Yes.
Hamas' position. However,
Yes.
I brand Hamas terrorists because the actions on October the 7th were the actions of a terrorist organization that committed a series of despicable crimes against the Israeli people. Now, there is no
not fair.
justification.
Piers, you are not fair.
Well,
you are not
you-
fair in this situation. No,
To
no,
be
you
clear,
are not
well, let
fair.
me ask you one simple question. One simple question. Why would you take hostage a baby? What possible justification? Never mind all the other
told
crimes
you-
that were committed
yeah,
that day.
Piers,
Why would you kidnap a baby?
I told again and again and again. We have no instruction to do that. We never planned.
So why not just give him back? Just to show that you're not monsters like any reasonable human being would do if his stupid friend came back with the baby when you were only supposed to come back with like adults and like normal people to trade with, and he comes back with the baby and he's like, look, I brought this baby, we could trade him too. You'd be like, no, bro, bad idea. Take the baby and find a safe place to leave him, okay? You are completely effing everything up, taking the baby. That's all you had to do.
To take civilian.
So why did they do it?
No. I want to tell you something. This is a fact that in the beginning of this war, that I think we told some international organization we are ready to free all civilians in the beginning of the war, but Israel refused that. You know, I was in this negotiation table. We proposed to release all the civilians, but Israel, they refused that.
Why keep the baby though? Okay, so you can't make a deal on like everything else. You can't get what you want, but you could just give the baby back and show that you're not monsters, right?
And along the history of Hamas, we never used terrorists against anyone. So I think what we are fighting in order to free our people, in order to fight against the occupation, in order to free our people, our land from the occupation. There is no one evidence that Hamas is using or committing crimes against civilians. This is prohibited by our religions and our regulations, our
why in that case, why did Hamas terrorists go to a music festival full of young people and massacre hundreds of those young people at a music festival? Tell me why they did that. If, as you say, there were no instructions to commit crimes.
If you go back to some investigation done by Israeli institution, and even if you go to Haaretz newspaper, you see that many people killed by the Israeli forces, many Israeli citizens killed by the Israeli forces, many of them when Hamas fighters entered inside the Green Line, the Israeli tanks and helicopters and all military weapons, they directed their fire to the Israeli citizens. They tried maybe to kill the members of Hamas, but they killed the Israeli citizens.
So what he's talking about here is called the Hannibal Directive. And what that basically says is if an Israeli soldier has been taken captive, the Israeli army is able to shoot at his captors, the people who took him, in order to try and free him and to stop them from taking him prisoner. It does not say that they're just allowed to shoot civilians for no reason whatsoever. And they're not supposed to be shooting civilians unless they would absolutely have to, meaning that shooting into the civilians would stop an even greater civilian casualty from happening, which wasn't really the situation going on inside of southern Israel where the attack was taking place. Also, the Nova Music Festival had almost no response to it. There were almost no military units there. So the massacre that took place there, it couldn't have been the Hannibal Directive, which is precisely what Piers Morgan is asking him about. That's what makes hearing this kind of stuff so infuriating.
I think you have to be very accurate in decision. If you go back to some Israeli investigation to understand Hamas was not directing its action against the civilians. Our goal is very clear. I don't deny that some mistakes happened at that time, but this is not our policy. This is not our goal. This is not our thinking to do
but
that.
Mr. Hamad, they were not mistakes. These were young Hamas terrorists who were going from home to home, massacring families in their homes, setting fire to them, butchering them with knives, gunning them down with guns. They were doing it all over that area when they attacked. They weren't mistakes. This was a coordinated plan of a terrorist attack. And for you to try and deny that is to deny what we all saw with our own eyes. And the reason we saw most of it is because the Hamas terrorists posted what they were doing onto social media platforms in real time because they were so proud of what they were doing.
Do you have any proof for that? Do you have a proof? Do you have a proof that Hamas
yes, the proof came
from home to home to kill people?
Yes, there is enormous amounts of proof.
He's literally telling him they GoPro'd it. They posted it themselves. We have the social media where we can see the timestamp correspond with them incurring into Israel. You silly man.
Keep ourselves as slaves under the occupation and be very polite and throw flowers in the Israeli occupation, or to fight them, or to go in the other way. Either we go to the direction of peace or direction of violence. You don't give the Palestinians any option.
When did you ever try peace? So you're saying that you have two options, that one of them is violence, the other is peace. So please outline to me your attempts at peace.
The war, they keep the Palestinians under oppression all the time, doing nothing. So I think October 7th is justified. Justifies because when you see that the Palestinians are killed every day and their lands are taken by these crazy gangs, and everything is destroyed, and we have no homeland, no identity, no flag, no script. Even they destroyed the Palestinian Authority. They destroyed the peace of Israel. What do you expect from the Palestinian people to do that? You want to keep silence? To keep silence for 80 years? To do nothing?
You started multiple wars that you lost. You launched multiple intifadas. It's insane to hear this, that he seriously believes that his people have done nothing wrong and that it's just been oppression for no other reason than we just don't like them.
Why Israel should exist? Why?
No, let me make my... Well,
ask me
for the same reason that you should exist.
After October 7th. Now, if you look at that, Israel is completely isolated by Iran. How we did that? Without October 7th, when the world now, they understand the fact and the essence of Israel, that is a state of genocide, a state of mass killing, state of ethnic cleansing.
Are you starting to understand how dangerous it is to appease these kinds of people? Because as soon as you do, they start thinking that they won and that they need to keep doing it.
And a prime minister of Israel now is wanted by ICC. Did you expect that this will happen without paying a price? Now Israel is completely isolated. No, all the world, they hate Israel. All the world now, they put the Palestinian cause on the table. They ask now to end the occupation.
Which we've said all along would be rewarding your behavior and only encouraging more of it. And here we are, the proof.
Well, before the October 7th, we all the time talking to the United Nations, Security Council, meetings and meetings and meetings. The European community is releasing leaflets. Nothing is done on the ground.
We can really see how much this guy appreciates diplomacy. Also, Palestinians had one of the highest GDPs and best living standards in the Muslim world prior to the October 7 attacks.
But I think now, okay, there's a big price. Gaza is destroyed. Our people is suffering. That's right. But on the other side, I think there are many strategic achievements happened in the last 3 years.
And do you still believe that Israel should be annihilated?
Who the question appears to be fair. Now, what the existence of Israel? What they give? What this give the world something is better. Israel creating troubles with the Palestinians all the time, with Lebanon, with Syria, with everywhere. They drive United States now to open war with Iran. All the time they are creating troubles. Why Israel should exist? This is the question. Israel is a big burden on the shoulder of the world.
Do you still think Israel should be annihilated? Yes or no? What's the answer?
I think the world should reconsider the existence of Israel. I think the existence of Israel is very dangerous for the Middle East, for the whole world. If Israel gives some good fruits to people, tell me what Israel is doing in the Middle East. Well, tell me what they are doing in the Middle East.
I think he means the Jews.
They are killing, they are apartheid, they are racism, all kinds
okay.
bad things that Israel is doing in the Middle East.
You've made your position clear, Mr. Hamad. Mr. Hamad, you've made your views about Israel clear. People can make their own minds up from the way you answered my question. I appreciate you coming on Uncensored. Thank you for your time.